Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Unofficial. It's Dustin and Dave here. We're short half our co-host again. We got some reasoning for that. We're gonna jump into the first game of the week, though. Steelers and Titans. Fuzz is actually going to be at the game tomorrow, so we hope for his sake they can get a win, and that this Titans team actually stinks. Will Levis, Dave, what do you
Ooh,
think?
dog. Oh man. If
What a
he plays
debut!
if he plays like that, like clearly not 4 touchdowns every game, but
Yeah.
it was a beautiful debut. Started using Hopkins. He used Hopkins so much the Titans said, "We're not trading him. We keep
Mm-hmm.
and he's got to be the starter the rest of the year."
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. I remember talking to you on Sunday during the game, and well, like you were just saying, it's not normal that Will was forcing the ball to D Hop because that's what a rookie quarterback is going
Yeah,
to do in that situation because they want to rely on him because to get a good feel, you know what I mean, for the game.
yeah,
But he wasn't just relying on him; he was finding him, like
yeah, yeah.
hitting his open throws. He looked good. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see if it was just a one game or if it's going to be the new Titans franchise quarterback.
I mean, he played Malik Willis out of Tennessee. I will say that. Probably
Hmm.
Ryan Tannehill also.
I
Um,
mean, I agree with you. He should start for the rest of the year.
I was surprised Minnesota didn't like. I can't say they didn't, but if I was them, I would have called Tennessee after that game, and be like, "Hey, Tannehill available because we need somebody."
True.
But
I didn't even think of that.
because I don't really think Dobbs is going to be the guy, but he's played really well this season. Like I don't think he was the reason Cardinals are losing games,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, this is a weird matchup though.
yeah,
I don't know which way to go on it because of how good Will looked. I do trust the Steelers defense at home.
yeah.
Um,
Joey Porter Jr. starting. He finally got the starting
yeah,
job for
yeah.
Levi.
I know Christian's happy about that.
Well, yes, he is. There's no way
Um,
he's not. Minka probably won't be playing though. I think so. That's
okay.
hurt because you got to have somebody over top of D Hop.
And Kenny practiced today, and he has no game status, so he'll be playing.
He'll be playing, but if he's, I mean, how banged up is this
That's
guy?
tough.
Is he?
That rib is tough.
Yeah. So if he plays, it definitely gives him a better shot to win because I think he'll give him a better shot than. Let me rephrase that. If he's actually healthy,
Yes,
he plays.
healthy enough to play. Yeah,
If he's going to be banged up and should be on the sideline, then I would give it the edge to them having a better shot with Mitch.
I
But
agree. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards the Steelers in this one.
same. The only thing I can also say is they last week I said they were struggling somewhat against the run. It ain't getting easier this week.
Mm-mm, no.
And with Minka being out, that hurts. But I'm leaning more towards the Steelers.
Okay. So Fuzz, we hope you have fun at the game tomorrow, and I guess it's go Steelers for the weekend.
I
Well, not even the weekend.
I know. I just hope for you, Christian, that you get pressure on for Levis, because if not, it could be a tough game because you're
He's
none of
got
your
an arm.
starting Hopkins.
He's got an arm.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. This next one, listen, Germany, first Sunday game, 9:30 a.m. We
I'm gonna.
didn't play last week. We didn't play last week. Um, I don't know what that team that showed up in Denver was. It looked like the Bad News Bears. Um, I mean, it looked like the team that was blocking for Stewie Griffin in that episode of Family Guy. It was not good. Nothing about that game was good.
Bro, okay, your star quarterback's sick. Run the ball against Denver's crappy run defense. Use Pacheco. He was getting a lot of yards per run. Use
Pat
him.
doesn't have to beat every team,
No, and
especially when he was already feeling under the weather, like you said.
Andy Reid's got to realize that too. Andy Reid's too good of a coach to not.
I agree. I just want to forget about last week. I mean, Christian made a good point though. 16 straight, it was bound to happen at one point. And then I told him, I said, no, I legitimately thought the dude would never lose to that team in his career,
Yeah.
but it happened. So, just got to move on from it. It's a big, big game. We have the
It's
bye week after, but we're playing the
bad.
best offense in the league, and our defense has been the reason we've been in these games and winning these games. I want to. This is our first real test. This is the game I want to see.
Yeah.
And I think we do come out on top. I think it's going to be a great game. Like I think it's going to actually be a fun game to wake up at 9:30 to watch. Sorry for you West Coasters.
I'll
That
be
must
on a
suck.
plane. I won't
Oh
even.
yeah,
I won't even be able to watch this game probably.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Dave's heading down to Charlotte.
Oh wait, I won't be on a plane. I fly Saturday.
Oh, you fly in on Saturday?
Yeah. My
Okay.
bad. I won't be on a
I was
plane.
gonna say if you'd have got there that morning, that'd been crazy.
Yeah. I but I really got the Chiefs in this one. Please, if Kelsey's not Kelsey, if Mahomes is sick still, please run the ball more. You don't want a sick Mahomes throwing the ball against Jalen Ramsey.
Not after he had a pick in his first game back.
I don't know how he's back so early. Everybody's like playoff push if he comes back, and nope. These
He's just
doctors are
back.
crazy these days.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
just
Rodgers
back.
is doing drop backs already. These doctors be on one.
I know, right? JK, I heard his recovery's going really well for the Ravens.
Yeah,
But I'm glad you're leaning my way. It's going to be a tough game.
it will be.
I'm not surprised if the Chiefs lose this game,
You
but
can't be. It's one of the
um,
tough team in the AFC.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this test for our defense. It'd be nice
Okay,
if our offense showed up. Like I want to see the offense that showed up against the Chargers.
so the only thing I wish is I wish it was in the States because it would feel more like a playoff game. But
Mm.
since it's an international game, I feel like it won't have that feel.
I mean, they cheer for everything over there.
Oh yeah, uh,
They're going to be mad though. I don't know if there's going to be much kicking of the ball. Knock on wood, obviously. I don't want a punt fest.
yeah.
Not in that game. I would not want to wake up at 9:30 for that
No, not at all.
or 6:30.
If there's 3 punts in the first half, I'm turning it off, going back to
Uh,
bed.
well, we'll head over to this next game. Sad story out of Minnesota. They're heading to Atlanta against the Falcons without Big Kirko
And Ritter's benched.
and Ritter's benched.
That's
I'm
bad for
gonna
the
take I'm gonna take Atlanta in this matchup. Keep it short and sweet. I like Heineke. Ritter wasn't playing
He wasn't playing
god.
winning
He
football.
wasn't playing god awful, but like you said, he wasn't playing winning football, and they have a team that can win. They're pretty
Arthur,
good.
if they lose this game, Arthur Smith needs fired this week because this play calling where he's not giving Bijan the ball is
Yeah, just I don't. I'm wondering what's going on there. I want to know what's going on behind the scenes.
like you don't draft a guy like that with what was it, the eighth overall pick, something like that,
Seventh,
seven,
seventh.
whatever it was. You don't draft somebody that high and not use him.
Hey, I mean, I don't know. I do think they get it together this week. I think, unfortunately, although the Vikings have seemed to put it together as a team, unless they really rally behind this Kirk injury, it's going to be tough. I don't put it past this Vikings team because the Jets are literally shocking the world right now doing so. So,
But they had a
um,
quarterback that started games. The Vikings are coming in this game with a rookie.
yeah, it's different. It's just crazy. Two Achilles, two great quarterbacks 1 year.
I hope this rookie surprises us. I hope he plays so well this game that they're like, "Ooh, Dobbs, sorry, you're backup right now." And that's no hate against Dobbs because
Mm,
I've liked this story of Dobbs getting a chance. They're like,
yeah, I wonder if Kyler's trending towards playing because with them getting rid of
I
Dobbs
think so.
so earlier than I expected. I mean,
Yeah, I
rather
think
than just like cutting him and you know,
they. I think this was kind of the let's get something out of Dobbs because we're not bringing him back next year.
That makes sense.
But
You think they keep Kyler?
I would have thought no at first, but with the way they're playing, it seems like they're like, ooh, maybe we're not in as bad a shape as we thought.
Yeah, maybe you just had a bad year last year.
But honestly, if they somehow get the first overall pick, yes, they trade. They trade Kyler.
It's true. True. I agree with you. So you got the Falcons in this game or the Vikings?
I got Falcons. It's tough, tough week. I don't think the Falcons are a better team, but
Okay.
going out with that injury just hurts.
Jordan Addison.
Dog.
Kid is a monster. Monster. We'll head over to another NFC matchup. We got Bears at the Saints. Another 1:00 game. If I'm picking with my brain, I'm taking the Saints because of their defense.
Yeah.
I just have a weird feeling about this game.
It wouldn't surprise me because, I mean, they kept the corner that Luke was so sad that they were probably having to get rid of. But they kept him because they couldn't find a trade.
Mm-hmm.
And they bring in Sweat. That's going to make that defense.
That was a big time move.
I hope they get after Derek Carr. Like, Derek Carr is not shown to be really good. And if the Panthers want to somehow storm back and try to win this division, it starts with teams upsetting division rivals.
Yeah, Luke.
Bears.
I'm on the Tyson train.
I hope he plays well. If he's not playing, I'm going to be sad, and then I switch my pick to the Saints. Not because
you heard it here first. Dave's conditional pick.
I just want the West Virginia guy to ball out.
Hey, it's fair bias.
Yeah.
You want to jump us into the next game, Dave? Head out to Green Bay.
Green Bay versus the Rams. I mean,
weird game.
I think the Rams dominate because Jordan Love's not it.
I agree with you. I think this is the game we really see like what that Rams offense could be with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. I know we saw it a glimpse of the first week Cooper Kupp came back, and we were all like, "Uh-oh, you can't guard them." I think we get a taste of that this week.
I agree. So I really think that one's a blowout. But the next game, Patriots versus Redskins, which if Sam Howell plays like he did last week, I think Redskins, my bad. Redskins win this game.
Yeah, I got the commies in this game. Mac Jones, he's kind of like that Tennessee prediction I had at the beginning of the season. He's good every other week.
Yeah.
He's either a top – he makes himself look like the best quarterback taken in that draft one week, or the next week he should have been mystery relevant. Like he should have been nothing. Like,
well, he shouldn't even been drafted.
Yeah.
He plays.
But I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots win this game being at home and all. I'll take the commies, though. Left hands up.
This next game is a huge game, in my opinion.
Number one game of the week.
We got two, like, juggernauts, I feel like, with the way they're playing. That Seahawks defense just been playing really well. Getting Woolen back healthy. He's making big plays already. Baltimore.
Ravens, both sides of the ball.
Yeah. I mean, last week struggled a tad bit on offense, but pulled it out. You gotta pull out those tough games sometimes.
Not everything's a walk in the park.
Exactly. And it could have been a case of looking ahead to this game instead of saying we're playing the Cardinals. Let's beat them.
It's true. True. Cardinals play everyone tough, though. That's what I've noticed about them.
Yeah.
They remind me a lot of the that Detroit team right before last year when they rattled off all them games and won. I would not put it past that team if Kyler was back for them to rattle off some wins. But we'll touch on the Cardinals later.
So I don't know. I'm gonna go. It's in Baltimore.
It's a tough game.
Yeah, it is. I have a feeling Seahawks are going to win this game.
They look great against the best defense in the league.
Yeah, I mean, Gino made some questionable decisions last week because I was watching the game. I'm like, "Ooh, Gino, what are you doing, buddy?"
Mhm.
But they pulled off one, and I think Seattle gets another one against the AFC North.
This might be the first one we disagree on, actually. Again, I'm not surprised if Seattle wins this game. I think Baltimore is the best team in the AFC right now.
I think they might be the best team in the NFL right now.
I don't put it past. I truly think the Super Bowl will be Baltimore versus obviously whoever just comes out of that NFC stuff, because the way the Lions look right now, the way the Niners looked at the beginning of the season, the way the Eagles are dominating right now, and people want to keep finding excuses that are saying like they should be losing they're winning them.
Yeah,
They have one loss, and one if they do what I think they're going to do to this team in our second game of the week, what I think they're going to do to them on Sunday, they're probably my favorite to come out of the NFC. But
yeah,
Baltimore by far is my favorite team to win it all so far right now.
yeah.
Just the way they look,
They're the most consistent. I feel like. I
if the
don't even know.
season ended today, I think they're the best team in the league.
Yeah.
That's how I'll put it.
This next game, C.J. Stroud getting a bounce back game. He ain't losing to the Buccaneers.
I think that's a tough defense for them.
It is, but we have faith in Carolina coming back and winning the NFC South.
CJ has looked great this year.
Yeah, he really didn't even look good bad against the Panthers, to be honest with you.
No,
He had
I
some
think
beautiful
that
passes.
was a good game.
Yeah, defensive game by far.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it wasn't like anyone was making mistakes between CJ or Bryce. It was just a good game of football, honestly.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know how I'm leaning towards this one.
it's in Houston if that helps you. I don't think really Houston has much of a like home
It's
field
funny.
thing.
If I don't take Baker Mayfield, he'll win.
Yeah.
If I do take him, he'll throw 3 picks and find every way to lose the game.
So go Baker, please.
This is our first tie of the NFL this week. Yep, this is our first tie.
This
is our first tie.
There's one other game this week that could end in a tie, and that's the Giants Raiders. I feel like.
God, I'm not watching that. Oh my.
Luckily, I will be at a football game when that game's going on.
Yeah, I feel bad for Hayden. He does not deserve this.
Definitely after they got the yeah, we might be back type play
after a year. Yeah, man. But
we might be the worst.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That's my prediction. Tie.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. That's my prediction.
I hope you're right on that, to be honest with you, now that you say it. This next
that might hurt the Bucks more for you.
Yeah. This next game, let's break it down into a little bit since Matt is it's Matt's team.
Yeah.
He's not here.
So Deshaun practiced today. Cardinals. Browns are back in Cleveland after a travel week to Seattle. A tough loss for them as a team, but they know they're playing. Yeah, they keep playing well. But PJ's turning the ball over. Everyone can see it for what it is. PJ's turning the ball over, and you can't win games when you're turning the ball over that much.
Definitely against a top team in the NFL like Seattle is right now.
Exactly. They're 5-2. They look great, like you said. They're leading their division.
Yeah.
Like they're winning their division.
So with Cleveland, with my opinion and with Cleveland this week is if Deshaun is not fully healthy, sit him down this week. Be like, don't play him against the Cardinals.
Because their next stretch,
yeah.
Did you see their next stretch too?
I haven't looked fully into it, but it's going to be tough because they're getting ready to start having to play division games.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I think not just division games too. They have just tough matchups. They have tough other AFC opponents that they have to go up against.
So this is a week that I wouldn't be opposed to them saying, "Hey, let's just not play you this week," because PJ should be able to beat the Cardinals.
their defense should be able to keep them in the game. And if PJ doesn't turn it over, I agree with you. Like they should win the game. It's just the Cardinals, they're a scrappy team. This could be their second and only like their only second win of the season that they have.
Yeah. I'm looking at this schedule. Could go Ravens, Steelers. Then they have the Broncos, so that should be an easier game. But then they go Rams, which that defense is going to get after you. Jaguars. Then they have Chicago. Texans, that looks like it should be a tough game. I mean, that defense is playing decently well. Then you go Jets, good defense, Bengals. That's tough schedule the remainder of the year.
Yeah. I think what happens with this game is I think we're thinking a little too much into it. And I think what happens is the Browns, they have a good week of practice more than likely. They come in like super focused, super ready for this game, for Matt's sanity, hopefully. And I just think they actually show, like, it's a long travel for Arizona too. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing I said for Cleveland going to Seattle last week. It's just one of those games that they're probably gonna lose, and it's gonna suck to lose. But I don't want to call this Cardinals team a bad team, even though they only have one win.
Oh, I agree.
It's
They've
weird.
been playing a lot better than I expected.
I agree with you. I think they could turn around and run off like 5 wins if Kyler comes back at the right time too.
Yeah, I don't know the rest of their schedule, but they only played the 49ers one more time. I know that, and I don't know the rest of the schedule to be able to like put that into words of saying they could.
And we don't know about Kyler because if he's on the field, our predictions with this team are different through the year as it is.
Oh, easily. He's definitely the best quarterback on their roster.
Yeah, and
I think Deshaun should play this week if Kyler was healthy and playing. But I don't know if Kyler is healthy. This is his first game.
Don't rush Deshaun. Get his shoulder right.
So I think
Cleveland's defense wins this game.
Oh, I agree. Cleveland wins this game no matter what quarterback's starting.
Okay.
You can go put me in.
Do you not know the system? You don't know these plays. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So this next game,
first of the 4:00 slates. Kick us off, Dave.
I will be at this game. Keep pounding, nation. I'm
first win, baby.
Excited for this. We got that first win out of the way. We picked the right quarterback, guys. We did. I don't care what any hater of Bryce Young says.
You won the game. You won the game.
So he's 1-0 against CJ in NFL career, and he beats him in the college also. I think the Panthers win 2 in a row here, and I actually think I'll go further and say I think we win 3 in a row because we play Chicago next week on Thursday. But I think I think this will be Bryce's best NFL performance coming up this week because he wants to show out for me.
After the win, I do agree, especially because it's a home game. I think this is a big. He built some confidence off that win, and I think this is where he can show it now. He lets it rip when he should be, not like because he doesn't hold on to the ball too long. Because I don't want to put that on him. Because he does look very comfortable in the pocket. It's just Thielen's the only one creating separation. I mean, you guys got him in Debo packages, for God's sakes.
The only reason
he's the only one good enough to do it. I told Matt, I was like, it's because he's the only one on their team that's like able to do it, but they're just putting it in there.
Chenault was out last week.
Pause.
So Chenault will be in those formations if Chenault's healthy. And I hope he is, because I don't want to see Adam Thielen in the backfield.
Yeah.
No teams.
LaBiscuit.
Thielen in the backfield. We got to watch that. No. They're like, this isn't a run. We know that.
Thielen got positive yards on his Debo package.
Yeah, so.
It works.
I just loved the fight in this team last week. Mm-hmm. Defense finally stepped up and played a lot better than what they should be. We're getting healthy. J.C. Horn should be back in a few weeks. Von Bell should be back here soon. Xavier Woods played last week. Frankie Louvu's not on the injury report, I don't think. Burns is, but it's his elbow. He'll be able to play again. Um, we're just getting healthy, and if this defense can start playing like that, holding teams to 13 points,
A
it's
good team.
and it was a team that the Steelers struggled against.
Yeah.
Their defense struggled against that team, and Steelers have a better defense than Carolina on paper. Um, so I think this will be back-to-back wins, and I'll be getting my Bryce jersey on Saturday or Sunday. Don't know which one yet, and I'll
You
be
got to go
rocking.
black.
I might go blue. Oh, man, I'm tough. I might buy two. I might.
Hey, first game there.
It's
Well, not your first, like, this season. You know what I meant.
yeah, first this season because
Yeah,
my
yeah.
first one was 2 years ago against the Saints week 3, and
Then you went last year, too.
no, I didn't get to go last year. I wish
You
I would
didn't?
have. No, I wanted to, but
What game did you go to when you went 2 years ago?
it was a week 3 against the Saints,
Oh, you did play a division game. Okay.
and we
Okay.
dominated them too. It was
Oh,
so amazing.
yeah.
I love.
I agree with you. I think you guys are on a back to back. I think it was a confidence builder, and no hate to this Colts team. I just think this is where we see their slump kick in, like where
Yeah.
maybe the downhill starts to happen.
Bryce Young, please wear the sleeve again because
Shooter sleeve Bryce.
yeah, shooter sleeve Bryce was different. Like
Did he start the game perfect or no? Or am I
no,
thinking of a different quarterback?
I don't think he started it perfect, but he started like it was a great start.
Well, Levis might have. Levis had a really good start.
So Bryce was looking like Alabama Bryce too. Like some of those plays, that pass to Thielen, probably the
Each
best
week,
pass I've seen.
and each week for him, it looks more easy for him.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's
The
getting a lot easier.
the offense is starting to look better. Like I know 15 points, you're like that really doesn't look better to me, but just they're moving the ball better and keeping the defense off the field longer.
Yes, and not turning it over.
Yeah, like in the last 3 games, Bryce has had six touchdowns, I think they said, and one turnover worthy play. Meaning, I don't know if it was a turnover, but meaning he in the last 3 games only one play during the game
Could have been like a mistake on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you alluded to it earlier. We're going to Vegas. Crazy news this morning. McDaniel's gone.
I was so shocked because like I knew it was going to happen.
Just 3 a.m.
on a Wednesday, like middle of the week. They said, "I don't like the way you're practicing this week."
Yeah, just he's got to go.
We're also benching Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. And then they said because the best quarterback on our roster is Aiden O'Connell. Jimmy moved to Vegas to get told he's worse than a Purdue quarterback.
I will.
That's not. Drew went to Purdue, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. Wait.
Breeze?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. If he didn't, then I'll look dumb. I don't care.
But so, other than last week, like because last week was bad, he was missing Adams open so many times. But I don't think he's fully been their problem. I don't. But
that's just a bad team. I think the Giants beat this team.
I do too.
Like I do think the Raiders team shows some fight and they rally around their coach now because they have to. Like you have to go out and fight for your guy because it's a big promotion for him. But I think the Giants show up.
Me too.
Second game of the week. I'm excited.
Me too.
First of the season that we will see this matchup. And it's definitely not the last time we'll call it a game of the week either. It's going to Philly, Cowboys,
America's
Eagles.
Game of the week here.
This is the biggest game so far because when it comes to like rivalry and what it means, like the only thing that was bigger than the Cowboys-Niners game before it happened is this one, and it's because it's on paper twice a year.
Yeah. So I'm gonna beat this drum again. They might only have 2 losses. But Cowboys are frauds. Eagles win.
Yeah, I think we talked about it before we started recording the show earlier. Or no, we were actually recording. Uh, alluded to this earlier. I think the Eagles are going to beat the hell out of this team.
I agree. One of these weeks, if Dallas keeps like pulling out some of these wins, I'm eventually gonna have to stop saying they're frauds.
Mm-hmm.
But like big teams they've been playing, they
I
lose.
just,
I
I
mean, you
think
look at their schedule, like
they're in Philly. That's my thing. If this was the like first game of the year and they were in Dallas, it's different for me. I mean, I'm not that much of like a home field like picker, but I truly think the Eagles are a better team than them, and
I agree.
that place is going to be rocking.
Yeah, well, so like with
I got the
me,
Phillies by at least 2 scores.
I was about to say I think it's gonna be a bad night for Dallas, but I just look at Dallas's like wins and like schedule, like they're not beating good teams.
No.
I mean, I'm not the type of person that bashes somebody for their schedule because it's not their fault.
Mm-hmm.
In the NFL, it's pre-made up. You play your division games, and they pre-make up your other schedule. So
Yeah.
it's not like in college where the college calls teams around and like, hey, we're playing you this week, like, but they're not playing. It's not a tough schedule they've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
For the beating teams, they should. They lost to the Cardinals, that they shouldn't have. They should have one loss this year. To this point, they did impress me against the Rams. I will say that.
Yeah.
But Matthew Stafford looked like he wanted to win that game for the Cowboys. That pick six to Bland was not a good throw at all.
It was straight to the
Yeah.
defender. It was pretty bad.
So, but I got Eagles. I'm not saying much more about it. If they win, Cowboys fans, if you guys win this week, I'll stop saying you're frauds. Unless it's the ref's fault.
Dave's the Stephen A of our show.
Oh yeah.
Coming with the cowboy hat. Well, well, well. Hey, look where we are again.
I'm gonna be saying it. It's gonna happen because we know what's happening.
Uh,
It was a good matchup too. Holy crap!
Game of the week 3. We'll call this our first triple header with game of the weeks because I
Yeah,
mean it's a great week for football this week. We
yeah.
got even the Monday night game's good because of the story for the Jets.
Oh man, yeah, it is.
But let's not jump to that. Let's go to Sunday night. We got Bills, Bengals. I'm excited for this game. We're not going to talk about all the stuff that happened last year because Damar's healthy, and I'm not going to be one of those people who like fear this game because of that or something.
Yeah.
Like they played in the playoffs. Like they
I'm,
got it over with.
so, do you think they do anything for it?
I don't know if it has to be. I mean, they're in Cincy, so maybe if Cincy does
Yeah,
something for Damar from them, do it. Just do it to him. It doesn't have to be public.
yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do.
Yeah,
Like,
night game.
yeah,
Collinsworth's not going to stop talking about it.
yeah. Like, I'm almost to the like, if they want to do an announcement before the game or something, be like, they can do it. But I would prefer them just maybe wearing a 3 on their like jersey, saying
Yeah,
like,
put it on the field.
yeah, put it on the field, something like say, "We're glad to have you back." Like,
Yeah,
glad that you're playing football again, and
yeah,
because that was
and playing in the matchup against them again,
yeah,
only a year later, like that's like a big accomplishment. You should be proud of that.
yeah,
I agree with you. I just hope they don't make it some big spectacle
yeah.
and like I don't want that narrative if like during that game. Like I want to kind of like forget it even happened if that makes
And
sense.
I feel like
It was just a bad time last year.
I almost feel like Demar probably wants that. Like he doesn't want to be remembered like that.
Mm-mm.
He's already making a big impact outside of football with making sure people are trained in CPR and stuff because he knows that saved his life that night.
Yeah. And
So
people say he's just a good person in general. Like they say
yeah,
that he's very like active in his community and before all this happened.
he went across the Nate I think he crossed the US this year, like during the off season, just doing training people how to do CPR. Like,
and was rehabbing and getting ready to return to an NFL season. Although
yeah,
he might not be on the field all the time, because we know that, like, we know he's not like a starter for the Bills secondary, but to be healthy and back in the NFL, it's a big accomplishment after what happened last year.
honestly, last year once it happened, I said there's no way this dude's playing football again,
And he's
and
back a year later.
he proved me wrong. And I would love for him to ball out this game. I would love for him to make a statement.
Make a play, make a big time play. That'd be awesome.
It would be amazing. I would love to see that. Like,
Story come full circle. That'd be a really cool moment.
yeah, it would.
But
Like
I'm glad
games,
you alluded to that. Bengals are the hot team right now.
I don't think it stops here.
It's where we differ. I think it does. I think the Bills, because the Bills have struggled with them too, just as the Chiefs have.
Yeah,
And I don't know why or what it is, but I think this is where the Bills show they got fight in it too, because it's not always just going to be even though the Bengals have the head to head record over us, like it's going to go back and forth,
yeah.
and it has to. And I think this is where I think we see Josh Allen on Monday night, like the Josh Allen we all love to see. I think he might run through like 5 people on one run play, like he usually does. Big country bozo running around the football field, looking like Bobby Boucher as quarterback.
I just this Bengal team's been impressed me. They're
Hmm.
finally playing well, and he's always open. I mean, it's as simple as that. He's always open, and
Yes,
they
he
didn't
is.
trade T. Higgins away.
Mm-mm.
Joe Burrow's looking good.
Hmm. They were one of the teams at the trade deadline though that didn't really get better or worse,
Yeah,
and
but sometimes,
that sometimes can hurt you
yeah, it can sometimes. But sometimes it also
when you ride with what you
you already
have.
got that team.
Yeah,
Like,
you have the culture.
you know how much confidence that put in T. Higgins. Like, oh, you guys want me here, which means most likely you want to try to get a deal done because you're not wanting to ride off into the sunset with just a good year.
Hmm.
But I don't know if they have the money to pay him.
It's interesting how that'll play out.
Just because they have to pay so many people. Like, who are you going to pay? Chase or
And you
Higgins?
already made and you made Joe the highest paid. So
Yeah,
if anything, I thought they would have paid everybody, and he was going to be like the pay cut guy.
yeah,
But I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
he will become that guy. He just wanted to get his first deal.
yeah.
Understandable. Get your money.
Oh, absolutely.
But
I I do
I like
like
that we're
the
split on this, because this is a really good game. I think it's going to be one of the higher scoring games of the week,
yeah. I agree.
and not necessarily as in a sense of the defenses don't show up, because I think they do when it matters. I just think both offenses are too good.
Yeah, it's one of those type of games that like you expect the defense to make the big play when it needs to be made type of
Mm-hmm.
game. Like for the Bengals, maybe getting a sack like late in the game
Mm-hmm.
because Allen does hold on the ball too long sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe for the Bills, maybe Hamlin gets that game sealing interception. I would love
Never
it.
know. That'd be
I would go
awesome.
crazy.
That'd be
Be in
awesome.
a hotel getting cops called on me.
I was gonna say don't get kicked out of that room at night, because that's the night game, and that'll be late as fuck whenever the game's going on. So we'll head to the Monday night game, last game of the week. We got Chargers and Jets. This Jets team defense is top 5, and that's being cemented.
Yeah,
And I mean,
they're just winning
you know what
football.
the crazy thing is about this Jets team? If Sauce is playing just a tad bit better, they're shutting people down.
Yeah,
And I'm not putting blame on him, because he's still playing very good, like he's Sauce Gardner. But like, if he were playing like the Sauce we saw last year, like complete shutdown, I think this Jets team may have one less loss than they do.
yeah,
With and no exaggeration, like, and I know Zach Wilson was their quarterback in whatever game that would be that you want to take the loss away from, but this team, they got fight. And
they're tough.
Rodgers taking dropbacks and warm ups, just showing the team that like
I'm back. I'm on the
hope.
way.
It's hope. And That's
It's pretty
dangerous.
much showing Zach Wilson and not even Zach. It's showing just that whole team like, hey, just get us there.
Hmm.
I don't care if we have to play wild card weekend. Just get us there.
Yeah, and
I'll be there.
and I mean Zach didn't turn the ball over, and he might not have he might not be they might not be scoring in the red zone when they should be. Like there might be some things that happen, but he's not throwing the ball to the other team. That was his biggest issue. He's fixed it, and they're
And we
in games because of it. And we said this earlier in the year.
yeah,
If he does not throw picks, their defense is good enough to hold them in games. We just didn't know if he could do it. And
and then we literally said last week because they had a tough. Like we were like, all he has to do, not turn the ball over.
got
Just
the
do it.
ball at the end of the game, went down the field goal good, got the spike off with a third string center.
Yeah.
That needs a round of applause because
And
if you're that takes a level of focus that's just because one, you're already on your backup quarterback.
yeah.
You probably shouldn't have ran a play within the sticks anyway.
I saw that
And
play. I was like, "There's no way they're getting this spike off," and then they did.
they
I was
were all there. They just all like no panic in their mind. They were all calm. They were all cool, collected. Salah's got that team where they should be,
like, yeah.
and I
Don't
agree. Did you
NFL.
see what Kyle Brandt said?
No.
If this team is 8-7 by the time December 24th comes around, Merry Christmas because Rodgers might come back.
Yeah.
Just the way it
NFL.
looks.
Don't let this team be in a chance to make the playoffs. You don't want to see this team in the playoffs if they
This
have
might
others back.
the Bengals and Bills are both good, and obviously we are. The Jets, how good I said the Ravens are. The Jets are the one of the like with Rodgers. I think are one of the only teams that I can say are definitively better on paper than that Ravens team is.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, the Ravens, both sides of the ball are better than.
Like
Not that
it's
Jets team though.
with how good their defense is playing, if you have Rodgers actually going out there and scoring points, it's going to be difficult to beat.
Because the one thing Rodgers has always done in his career is capitalize in the red zone.
Yeah.
And that's where their biggest struggle is.
And
And I'm just throwing this out here. They have a positive record right now without him. And if you get him back and you add those probably 7 to 10 points a game he's going to add to your team, they're dominating.
yeah.
I mean, and I guess you could say that for a lot of teams. Like you could put a scenario in like that and word it like that. Because I mean, I didn't expect the Niners to to lose 3 straight games, and the Jets are 4-3. So like it's like super weird. But
Yeah.
I think this Jets team stays hot. I think Brandon Staley loses this game for the Chargers. I'll keep beating that drum for as long as I'm on this show. Um, I think it'll be a good game. Like I said, I think Brandon Staley's going to lose this game, and I think Saleh that defense are going to win because Zach's not going to turn the ball over.
I hope Zach pops off this week.
That'd be nice. He seems to play really good in prime time,
Yeah.
or at least this year.
Oh, definitely. I think having Rodgers there has been helping him so much.
I think it
And
helps the team because I mean, like they're looking at a 40-year-old dude who's walking on his Achilles right now and like doing physical activity. Like that's just
they're
absurd.
supposed to be on crutches at this point.
It's just
They're not
absurd.
supposed to be walking and throwing footballs and doing drop backs.
Or going from New York when you guys have games all the way back to LA to do your to California to do your therapy and then coming back at the end of the week each week now to watch your team play in these games.
It's crazy.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
And doing
So
some
happy for Rodgers because he of all people deserves like when everyone says we wish you a fast and speedy recovery, he deserves whatever the fastest and speedy recovery is. Like he
we don't
deserves Cam Akers like level of recovery.
we don't want to see the Jets make the playoffs and him not be the one leading that team right now. We want NFL playoff to be the best players on the field.
We want Aaron Rodgers. We want Sam Darnold. I'm just kidding. Brock's gonna put it together. They have a bye week this week. I feel bad for don't know who they play. I feel bad for whoever they play off the bye week.
I don't either. I'm gonna go check that Curious. The Jaguars. It's not even a. It's not even a good match. Like it's not like a easy matchup for them to try to get a win back under their belt.
Yeah, because the Jags team's hot. London's team.
I
But
think them Chase
that does
Young
it for this week.
getting Chase Young for that 49ers team. That's
Oh
going to
my.
be because he's having a pretty good year.
For a
Like
conditional second rounder that can turn into a third very easily, yeah. I'm just surprised they gave up Sweat and Young.
I was too because I thought one was going, but not both.
Yeah.
We want to jump into some NBA. We got
Yeah.
some fun matchups this week.
I was gonna say the Wizards are off to a horrible start in the NBA. We're 1-2. Um, but it's a pool party. I knew what this season's gonna be. And what the thing I really want to talk about basketball wise, Dave, Cooper Flag is a Duke Blue Devil. Get at me.
Yeah, you definitely more of a college guy than NBA, which
Love
don't
my
blame
life.
you. Whenever you're a Duke fan and a Wizards fan, you gotta hope for the Duke to be the team because Wizards just disappointment.
Hey, we got a game tonight. 1-3 against we're 1-2. We're playing Atlanta. Probably gonna lose.
Poole gonna go off this game. You guys are gonna
I hope.
win. Poole.
I hope, man.
And
Kuzma looks good.
yeah, Curry, dude's going off. He had 41, then gets like 26 or something like that, and then scores 42 the next night.
NBA is just crazy so far. Luka Magic's already happening. Wemby versus KD happened. The only person, and he just proved it, who can shoot over that long dude. Pause.
Yeah,
KD bucket.
yeah, he is.
Wemby looked very good though. He's on minutes restriction. We all know that. We all know that Pop said he's not even pulling out the plays for Wemby yet. Like he's not going to run the Wemby sets until late in the year.
Yeah, you got to.
So Spurs
He
have a lot to look forward to.
he's gonna have to put on some beef before you're like, we want this dude playing full games.
Yeah, and like you're not going to have him like coming off screens, getting give and goes like KD, like just shooting mid range. Like the Spurs foundation is team basketball.
Yeah,
Wemby's playing very good team basketball when he's on the floor. He's obviously rookies make mistakes, but he
he's
seems
gonna
to
have.
make less mistakes than most rookies. So,
Yeah,
um, plus 7-3, 7-5, whatever he is, ridiculous. But NBA has been very entertaining so far.
yeah, it has.
LeBron and the Lakers, they look, they show moments
Yeah,
of looking like a team who's going to be right back in the Western Conference Finals. And then the Clippers go and get James Harden, and
I think that
you
hurts
got
them.
to. I don't know what to think about that.
So they traded away their whole bench to get him.
Yeah, a lot of depth, and
They
unless
said,
they're planning on putting Russ, because this was my only thought, is if you have Harden run the one with Kawhi and PG, Harden gets people involved. He likes to pass the ball,
yeah,
and he likes to get people their shots. So that's what you need. And if Russ came off the bench and he was running with like a group of couple guys on the bench. I mean, I don't really know who the left on the Clippers bench right now, but
PJ Tucker.
Russ could
He was
run with Pete.
great.
He drive and kick and just get
Yeah,
triple doubles basically. He could get 10, 10, and 10 just by running off the bench. He'd get six man of the year. I guarantee it.
yeah.
But they'll start all of them, and we'll just have to see if it works. I don't know.
They'll be a
The
difficult team to
on
stop
paper, yeah,
starters.
on paper,
Like,
you're like shit.
yeah, but then you got to hope Kawhi stays healthy. You got to hope Paul George stays healthy. You got to hope Harden.
At the same time,
Yeah, and like I know you can say that with any team. You can go like be like, oh, I hope they're
nah, but that's
like
this
these
team's
guys are
narrative.
getting hurt.
Yeah, this is their narrative.
Yeah, and because it's been what 2 years now that we thought the Clippers should be contending, and
3, because
is it
COVID. Yeah, COVID year.
like I don't know.
They were the favorites to win it then when they went to the bubble.
Yeah. And now it's
And
just.
then when the Lakers won it, they started complaining saying it's not a real championship.
Well, that was tough for all those teams. It wasn't just one team that it was tough for. But,
I didn't know the Los Angeles Lakers relocated to Orlando magically before everybody did.
yeah, I dumbest narrative ever, bro.
Yeah,
It's a ring no matter what.
yeah, and it's just like this in season tournament this year. I'm excited for this. It'll be
I'm
something to see.
curious how it is.
Yeah,
If
it's single elimination. That's what's different because you're not doing these series where you have a chance. You have to like play your hardest that night and just win the
yeah,
game.
it,
Hopefully, the refs stay out of the games when it comes to those.
yeah, because you see too many regular season games getting ruined because refs wanting to get involved.
Yeah,
You see it less in the playoffs, it seems like, but are they going to treat these like the playoffs or not? That's what I want to know.
tough.
I like the Warriors. They've been playing really well. Chris Paul's coming off the bench now, and he's giving a spark off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he just doesn't turn the ball over, dude. It's crazy. So many assists, so little turnovers. And, I mean, his shooting's not the greatest so far this year, but nobody wanted him to
Yeah,
come here for his shooting.
you're not bringing him in because you thought he's going to be Jordan Poole. Like
Yeah.
you actually brought him in because
He wasn't going to shoot as
he
much as
does
Jordan.
he does what you wanted Jordan Poole to do.
Yeah. So, I mean, Curry's playing like he's surprising himself, I think, at this point with some of these
I don't know,
games.
man. Every time he shoots the ball, he just turn around and start skipping back on defense, like
The
little
ball
ass kid, just having fun. It's stupid.
Did you see Jordan Poole try to do it? He tried to do the look away three and did not make it.
It's Steph's fault. He shouldn't be doing that shit in games. He's ruining my point guard. You better quit.
I don't
Steph, stop having so much fun.
I don't know how Steph does it so much. Like he turns away so many times, like knowing it's
Bruh.
in.
The ball is like maybe an inch off his fingertips and he's back skipping.
Yeah,
Just fucking jumping. Like
and it's just unfortunate. Like you see him do it, you're like, oh, that one's in. Because I don't know if I've seen one miss that he.
now when he's open, every time he shoots it, I say bucket.
Yeah, I mean,
Bag on D.
yeah.
I mean, we'll touch on some combat sports. John Jones out.
So
Sad
sad.
news.
Ooh.
Sad news.
So
But we do. What's up?
with that happening, I'm pretty sure Dana White came out and said that the fight John Jones is still fighting Stipe
When he comes back.
when he comes back. So
Okay,
like that
good.
fight's still supposedly on. That's the
Okay.
what I can't tell you 100% if like the source that I saw was correct.
Yeah,
But,
that stuff's always up in the air until the fight
yeah,
date gets announced. And he doesn't announce them now until 3 months before.
something like that. It's pretty much as soon as they're going into training camp. It seems like.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah,
Nagano and Fury
that was
highway robbery.
yeah.
Nagano. What I think is this is what happened. Nagano took it seriously and became a pretty good boxer.
Yeah.
Fury didn't give a shit, and I don't want to give him the excuse because it is his fault. It just looked like he did not train. It did not look like Tyson Fury because
I'm
Nagano, I don't know. Nagano looked really, really good. I told Matt whenever we were watching the fight, I said the way he looks right now, he looks like Tyson. Like if you saw when you saw his back turned to you, he looked just as big as Tyson used to. Like
yeah.
it was scary.
So
His
my
form was
whole
right.
Fury said that supposedly he had a 12-week camp, which is the longest he's ever done. Did he gas himself out during the camp or something? Was it too long of a camp for him?
I
Because
don't know what he did.
it said he thought he needed extra time to prepare. It didn't look like he prepared at all.
It did not look like he cared.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was very shocked to see when he took the first power shot. That was just Francis's power. Like that was him getting finally realizing, okay, ow, can't get caught by that anymore. And then after that, Francis was just the better technical boxer too. Like he just beat him in all aspects. It looked like, but I mean, I'm no judge, so
Yeah. Fury needs to do better. Like, whenever you're versing that MMA guy, go to the body more. He wasn't. If he went to the body, there was not that second burst of energy in that last round for
mm-hmm.
Ngannou, because he was gassed through 3 or 4 rounds, and then he
Yeah,
came back and dominated that last round, in my opinion.
yeah, that was a crazy fight.
Yeah, it was not surprised. I was
Very
surprised.
surprised.
I was very surprised by it when I was watching. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna turn this on
I'd like to
because
see a rematch when Nagano goes through and fights these other boxers like Joshua and whatnot. But um,
him versus
obviously,
Wilder would be fun.
yeah. I mean, obviously, all that stuff still has to happen yet, and Nagano would have to beat him because the judges did let Fury win and keep his belts.
Yeah.
But what I think is what they'll gear towards is they'll let Nagano and AJ fight, or do the Deontay mix, like you said, with any of those three, like any variation of those three. They let Tyson. He'll take a serious camp. He'll go fight for and unify all the heavyweight belts, and then do the super fight back with either Nagano, Joshua, or Wilder.
So Wilder, this is please.
Bomb squad.
After watching Francis not box his whole career and then come out and look like a better boxer than you. Come on, Wilder, you have decent amount of strength too, dude. Like, you put Fury to sleep. So become a better boxer now. You can beat Fury.
I don't disagree with you. I think he can beat Fury. It's just will.
Yeah. If he gets the right people around him and starts training and becoming a better boxer, I think he's unbeatable. Like, if
You
he gets
think?
more technical and can set up those bomb squad punches, you're going night night. Like,
Yeah. Any size, anybody.
yeah,
Because if he
because I
can
mean,
put him down,
yeah,
he's putting
because
anyone down.
Nagano has power, and like, it shocked Fury once he was like, "Ooh, this dude got actual power," but he got right back up pretty much after that knockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Against Wilder, he was asleep. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked the ref didn't call the fight there.
I'm just surprised he even got up. That still shocks me
Yeah.
to this day.
I still think it was this 10-second rule is stupid in boxing.
It's
Like, it should
weird.
be actually 10 seconds because it happened again in this Nagano fight. The 10 seconds turned into 16. They did a stopwatch thing. It was 16 seconds he had to recover. Like, he wasn't down on the ground, but he had 16 seconds to recover in the corner. And the ref asked him if he was okay.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be an actual 10 seconds, not a whatever the ref wants to consider 10
Yeah,
seconds.
he needs to start counting as soon as he hits the canvas.
Yeah, it should be 1,
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, not a 1,
Yeah.
2.
Like asking him if he's okay in between each number. Yeah.
Hey
Like
guys, what comes after 3? Oh,
it's
4.
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
and judges need to get better in all MMA, like all combat sports. I meant, not just MMA.
judges and referees across all sports get better. But
Exactly.
I think that's gonna wrap us up for this week. Next week we got week 10 NFL. It's hard to believe it's already flying by. We're halfway through. We also got some WWE to talk. Crown Jewel,
Oh, I
Saudi
can't.
Arabia.
It's gonna be
Yes,
fun.
sir. And isn't the Derek Lewis fight that's this weekend coming up too? Well, not
It's,
this weekend, but next weekend.
I'm not positive what the fight cards are looking like. I got sad about the John Jones news and was like, I don't want to watch UFC no more.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still gonna be watching it because I love UFC. I can't wait for Bo to get back in the octagon. That's my
Me
boy.
too. He's a
But
beast.
leave down in the comments whether if you like us going into other sports and stuff too. Like,
Yeah, and if you want to hear more other sports, I mean,
yeah,
I
'cause,
definitely don't know the most about hockey, but
yeah, but we'll
go
learn.
Caps. Go
Yeah.
Caps.
Um, I'm a Pens fan for that. So here's my story on that one. Because originally I didn't really like hockey much. I was like, I'm going to be a Kraken fan. Like, that's going to be my team once they become a team, because I didn't have a team. But then I went to a Pens game. I was like, ooh, this is fun. And I was like, I'm gonna just be a Pens fan because
It is a cool atmosphere in there.
And it's the same reason I became a Pirates fan. Regret that one because originally I was a Yankees fan.
Hey, I mean, you'd probably be regretting that right now too. I'd I would rather be a Pirates fan with the
Because you're not
roster they
expecting
have
anything.
than a
Yeah,
Yankees roster
yeah,
and being a Yankees fan. Yeah.
true. In my first game, I went to Pirates versus Rangers. Go Rangers.
Hey, might be the World Series champs.
Yeah.
But that'll do it for us this week. We appreciate you guys watching. Like Dave said, like, subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment down at the bottom. And if you want us to talk about any other sports, golf, baseball, let us know. Let us know. But
Yeah.
appreciate you guys.